illegal. But they don't care. They just do it. And I'm telling you, this is Cass Sunstein, who was at the beginning, at the setup of WikiLeaks. We know that. He wrote an article bragging about it in the Washington Post. And this is a government intelligence operation, and right now I can say with certainty, Julian Assange is the 2010 Lee Harvey Oswald, Tim McVeigh, but of the information age. They're going to use this to pass the cybersecurity, all this other legislation. This is dangerous. This is dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. I mean, what did Obama trying to pass right now in Congress? And it looks like it's going to pass, where U.S. companies, small businesses can't even bid on military contracts, whether it's putting in plumbing or a new roof or M16s or bullets, cartridges, and they can just put them all on a blacklist and not even let them know they're on a secret list. No judge, no jury, just the Pentagon does it, and only select groups can get the contracts. This is the new America, just total insider lawlessness. Meanwhile, you have the Prince Charles and his haggling, Camilla Bowles, or whatever her name is, Camilla Parker Bowles. There are people rampaging all over London about having their tuitions tripled. Oh, but the taxes are all going up. But see, everything goes to the bankers. See, they don't need you anymore. They grew their government. They got you addicted to it. Their police state and telescreens and face scanners are in place. They don't need you. So the people are running around, and they threw some bags of paint on the car reportedly and yelled at them and said off with their head. And the head of the Metro Police in London says they were lucky not to be shot. Police chief says armed officers showed enormous restraint as mob attacked Charles and Camilla. I've seen the video. It's pretty ninnying. It's people slapping on the windows, and Camilla Parker Bowles, the Duchess of Detritus, or whatever her name is, the Duchess of Filth, the Duchess of Garbage. You know, people say that these criminals don't run anything. 2 years ago in Canada, the Queen used the Governor General to shut down the Parliament because they didn't do what she wanted. Happened in '79, in the late 70s in Australia. I mean, this is a criminal organization. So the mob boss's son with his hag are all dressed up in their strumpet outfits. And the Duchess of Detritus and the Prince of Puke were just... I mean, the video's online. We've got it linked up on Infowars.com and PresidentPlanet.com. They're literally like, oh, good Lord, as a rabble, go, put more fluoride in their water immediately. Brain damage to them. Their IQs aren't dropping enough or fast enough. They're not submitting to us. Yeah. More surveillance cameras, more armed troops, more police state immediately. I mean, it's a frightening prospect, a horrifying. They're saying off with their heads. No, I mean, that's what they're doing. And the victor's like, the roaches are scurrying about. Prince Philip has tried to eliminate them, and we've overrun the nation with brooding foreigners we can use to put it into the police force and the CPS to kidnap their children. But these filthy Brits who don't like our German royal family that runs everything, the Saxe-Coburg-Goethers, and we will deal with them. Oh. I mean, literally, Charles looked even more effeminate than his wife, just going, oh, protect me, royal guard. But, excuse me, I'm sorry. You can tell both of them almost did a Queen Elizabeth II in their pants. You know, I don't usually do potty humor, but around the office... you know, when somebody's got to get out of a meeting or something, they're like, I'm sorry, it'll just be a Rockefeller. You know, that means a quick, minute or two. But sometimes they go, hey, I got to do a Queen Elizabeth II, number 2. And, all right, folks, I apologize to our radio stations. It's a very family-friendly, clean show. But when I started imitating the royals, the rabble filth, and look at them running around like vermin in the streets. I can't wait till our world government extermination force is in place to remove as many of them as possible. Oh, I love sucking off of them, but goodness, I like to go out to the theater dressed up like an effeminate peacock with all of my medals festooning my breast, with my Haglet wearing a giant crown on her head. But to actually see them turn against me, I guess all of those PR shows we finance telling them how weak and pathetic we are aren't working. They actually know that we're the ones sucking everything out of them. I just lectured them last month that they shouldn't take a hot bath, but I have royal trains and 77 aircraft and 94 palaces. But they shouldn't be able to take a hot bath, and I'm so pleased that the old ladies have to ride in the buses to stay warm now because they can't pay for their gas allowance. But we're heating all of our palaces quite nicely, and after we've exterminated all of you, we're going to have plenty.
Attention GCN listeners, do you have a Patriot on your Christmas list that's nearly impossible to shop for? How would you like the ability to get top-of-the-line, hard-to-find gifts at equally hard-to-beat prices without leaving the comfort of your home? Why fight the crowd? Simply log on to your computer for great gifts and deals for the off-the-grid enthusiast in your family. At offthegridchristmas.com, you'll find great prices on the most popular off-the-grid gifts available today. At offthegridchristmas.com, you'll find unbeatable deals on emergency backup power, herb and vegetable seeds, dehydrated foods, emergency evacuation packs, solar ovens, gun safes, and a host of truly unique stocking stuffers. In these hard times, why not give a gift that really counts? A gift that could truly make a difference. Go to offthegridchristmas.com and our Christmas video highlighting perfect gifts for the off-the-grid fans in your family. Unbeatable gear, unbeatable prices, no more searching. Offthegridchristmas.com. That's offthegridchristmas.com.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cameras, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Going solar for cheap is as easy as 1, 2, 3. If you want to go solar but thought the setup costs were too high, now you can build your own solar panels for less than $200. Don't laugh. We've sold over 45,000 solar do-it-yourself kits. Watch our introduction video at 123cheapsolarvideo.com. The video is free, but it won't last long. Save money on electric bills and get off the grid. Go to 123cheapsolarvideo.com right now. Our website again is 123cheapsolarvideo.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Is it really possible to get out of debt without payment plans or attorneys? 18 years ago, we developed a program that has made thousands debt-free in just 90 days. It's called Zero Debt in 90 Days, and it works for all credit card debt, medical bills, even collection lawsuits.
When I first joined, I was being sued. So I used the program methods, and after filing one piece of paper, the collection lawsuit was dismissed.
With Zero Debt in 90 days, your success is guaranteed in writing. There is no other program of its kind. Don't be alone when creditors gang up on you. Let our team of experts provide the resources to fight back and stop creditors in only 90 days, guaranteed. Prevent wage garnishments, bank levies, and stop collection calls with our proven program. Call Zero Debt in 90 days now, 800-477-9256, and ask for free information from an expert who also completed our program. 800-477-9256 or ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. 800-477-9256 or ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com.
While you were sleeping, they came and took it all away. To lay
We are back live.
The places
I mentioned some of this yesterday, but I want to get back into it because I need to write an article about this or make a video about it. Because for 15 years, I've known about the government worldwide in every Western nation, from Australia to the U.S., from Canada to England, from Germany to Denmark, taking people's blood at birth and putting it in a UN-financed global government database. And finally, lawsuits got filed by some of my listeners in Minnesota over this and in Texas. And they've won, and they found out that, yes, it's an Army database. Well, it's more than that. Look, I was sent the documents almost 15 years ago by a nurse in San Antonio. And Jason Douglas wrote a great article, but he's going off what the media said. 2002, Texas started taking blood. No. 39 years ago, worldwide, they began taking blood from all newborns and lying and saying it's got to be sent to the health department to do a blood test. They take 2 sets. They do the blood test at the hospital or send it to a lab. That blood goes and is being kept and sold to pharma companies. And they've had cases where they patented certain proteins and things in your blood. And then when you go to get genetic treatment later, guess what? They've already got you on file. And it's for eugenics and bioweapons development. That's all come out. So it's so frustrating that even now that this is admitted, that I must not have done my job, because people don't even know the tip of the iceberg. But there's a whitewash out of KXAM. The Statesman had one. And they go on to admit that in the last lawsuit the government settled, they admitted that they were selling it to the Army. Well, it's not just that. It's a state law. They claim, oh, it's a state law. We test the blood for the diseases. But it's a state law to get your blood to give it to the Army. It's illegal what they're doing with it, but they have the law about collecting it. And the law is on the hospitals. You as a parent don't have to do it. It's a law that they have to attempt it. And there's now a class action suit been filed over newborn babies' blood, going to the Pentagon, going to private companies. And at the end of it, the government says it's preposterous that we've got a DNA database. When they say a minute before on the TV piece and in the paper that that's what the lawsuit showed. But those documents are all public now. This stuff, anybody did the research, it's all out there. Okay? For 39 years, if you were born in New Zealand, Australia, England, Canada, the United States, Western Europe, we've already been under a global government. It's all standardized. We've got Head Start. They've got Secure Start, in Europe and other areas. We've got telescreens, barking orders. They've got them going in England. I mean, it's the same deal. It's continuity of agenda. And people better wake up to that. And here's another one. The Texas Tribune lawsuit alleges DSHS sold baby DNA samples. That's admitted. You can't get the mainstream media around here to report on what's admitted. It'd be like if the space shuttle took off and flew into orbit, they'd say, allegedly the space shuttle took off. Or if the sun came up, they have a headline, allegedly the sun came up. But then somebody goes on a message board and says they're Osama bin Laden and they're going to attack. And the AP and Reuters run headlines, bin Laden says he's going to attack. And then later they say this came from a message board. See, they're always playing it down. And I'm not saying these writers at KXAN or the Statesman are government agents. They've already bought into tyranny and that this is all for their own good and government loves them and they're childlike in their mentality. So, well, it can't be true. They sold it secretly. That's a little scary. So even though it's admitted they did, we'll just say it's alleged. So we all feel better. We don't want to create mistrust to the government because civically the right thing to do is to teach trust. They teach in journalism school in this country to teach trust of the government. What is Congressman Cohen trying to shut down Jesse Ventura's TV show say in his editorial? He says that, we've got to have a media that teaches people to trust the government. That's how out of touch they are. The government thinks you're cattle. They stick their hands down your pants. They put you in scanners. They're taking blood samples at checkpoints warrantlessly under federal grants. Local police are being federalized. They're spying on everything you do. It's out of control, and it needs to stop. We're about to go to break, and